Hi, I'm Mike with the School of Self-Reliance, and today we're going to talk a little bit about Zippo lighters and other fuel, flint, and wick devices like the Everstryke. This little Everstryke is a fire starting tool that you can get for not a lot of money, and I actually think it works pretty good. You just fill it up with a flammable liquid, goes in there, and one of the chief complaints about Zippos is that the fuel evaporates. Well, the Everstryke, which you can get these for just a couple of dollars online, sometimes they're called the Everstryke, sometimes they're called the Forever Match, but it has a little rubber gasket at the top. And that little rubber gasket keeps it from evaporating. This one's been sealed, filled up and sealed for about 3 months, just sitting. And it does work surprisingly well. It's got a steel piece there and a ferrocerium rod on the side. And that's how you use it, just like a match. And I'm rather partial to these things. And the reason is, everybody says, well, why not just carry a Bic? Well, I like Bics, and I have a Bic in my pocket, you know, and I keep one in my bag. But I carry these Zippos or an Everstryke like this because they run on all kinds of stuff. And in a prepper long-term emergency, you can run them on almost anything. What I've got here is some denatured alcohol. And this Zippo is empty. But we can add a little bit of denatured alcohol to it, bring it right back to life. Denatured alcohol is cheap, it's easy to come by. You could use rubbing alcohol if you wanted to. It would spark for a while, not necessarily a long time. But the denatured alcohol burns very, very hot. And I don't know if you can actually see it, but it is actually there. It is actually burning. I've got... Nope. But you can run it on almost anything, like I said. We've got some 151. You can see the Zippo's not working. You know, we could use some regular lighter fluid. This Zippo is obviously out of fluid. These Everstrykes shower a lot of sparks. The Zippos do too. Now, some of my wicks are not in the best of shape. The newer the wick, the better it will burn. There we go. Let me get this. Now, we've got to get our wick saturated a little bit. Oh, I just spilled it. That's okay. There we go. We have a working Zippo. Burning away. My finger. I don't know if you can see it. It's alcohol, so the flame is very, very blue. Hard to see. But it's also very, very hot. Now, these things will also run on multiple other fuel sources. You can, like I said, use a denatured, the isopropyl, you can use drinking alcohol, you can use all kinds of things, wood grain alcohol, methyl alcohol. You could get them to run on a combination of alcohol and diesel fuel. You could get them to run on kerosene. And they will work very well no matter what you put in them, except for gasoline. You don't ever want to use gas. Gasoline would be a mistake. Its combustion point is far, far too low. It combusts way too easily, And what you're going to end up with is, because the vapors are the flammable part with gasoline, you're going to end up with an explosion. The Zippo is going to blow up in your hand as soon as it heats up. The vapors inside will combust. So you don't ever want to use gasoline. But the reason that I like these things is because they work off of flints, which are just this right here. And you can store these, a bunch of them, along with a spare wick, right in the Zippo itself. Just get a hold of the cotton batting and get it out of there. If you just lift up the cotton bat, you can store extra flints inside of it. And these lighters will serve you for a long, long time. You can even fold up an extra wick and put inside there. And then you have a good combustion source. And I know that people say, oh, the fuel evaporates. Well, fine, don't put the fuel in it. Keep the fuel in your bag in a little bottle, and that won't evaporate. Then you've got this. Or, if you don't like the Zippo, that's fine. This doesn't weigh much either. It'll run off of all the same fuels, and the fuel won't evaporate out of this. And I would always rather sit and get a fire started with this than I would with a flint or a ferro rod or anything like that. Flame is flame, and you get that fire started a whole lot easier. So having something like that in an emergency, having something like this, it's a sustainable technology. Don't get me wrong, there's lots of Bics out there, you know, and cricket lighters and everything else around the corner, you know, butane-fired lighters. And go ahead and grab them if you find them. Put one in your backpack. I'm fine with it. I don't really like them myself, but hey, I carry them around because they're cheap and convenient. But in a long-term scenario, these lighters, kind of an end-of-the-world scenario, these are sustainable technology. They're things that were meant to be around for years and years and years on end. So you can always keep these running. All you have to be able to do is find flammable liquids, and most flammable liquids will run these products. So that's why I like them so much, and they're durable. Again, I'm Mike with the School of Self-Reliance. If you like what we do, watch our videos, share our videos, and like us on Facebook. Thanks for watching.